Hello and welcome to another episode of The Outside Edge. I have a very special set of guests today. We've been talking about women's cricket and its growth in the world for the past few years. Franchise tournaments like the BBL, the Challenger Cup, and even the 100 taking place. There's been a lot of focus on women's cricket, and we've had an opportunity to speak to some people who are part of the UAE cricket setup. I've got with me today as guests Chitrali, the manager of the UAE Women's Cricket team, Coach Najib, their captain Chaya, and young Kavisha. Welcome to all of you. It's lovely to have you guys here. So I have the first question is, the women's team has had a lot of highs. You guys have played the qualifiers. There's some very interesting cricket going on. So how is that helping you guys? How do you guys feel? And what was the structure that was put in place for something like that to happen? I'll start with you, Chitrali.
Well, firstly, I would like to thank Emirates Cricket Board because, the development team has played a very instrumental role in shaping the women's cricket. It's been, I think, almost more than 8 years that, we have been working tremendously hard to at least get participation at the ICC level. So, obviously, in 2017, it has been a very fabulous year for all of us because we played the ICC qualifiers, we played the global qualifiers, and from then on it was obviously not stopping at all. And current year, of course, due to pandemic, we had a lot of obstacles. Last year we couldn't play a lot of cricket, and it was, I think, all across the globe. Having said that, we've got a fantastic bunch of coaches, support staffs this year. So obviously we're looking at something really high. Once again, aiming at the ICC qualifiers as well as the global qualifiers. And our primary goal is to play the World Cup. So
that's a good lead up to the coaching setup. We've got Najib with us, who's part of both the women's setup as well as the men's setup. Najib, can you give us an idea of how you structure the coaching for women compared to men?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank you guys that give us opportunity to talk about women's cricket in this region. So I really appreciate. Secondly, yeah, when we take charge a year ago, so we start with 10 to 12 girls. So it was really disappointing to see that we have very limited number of the girls with us. So, but very talented, exceptional talent. So after that, we had a plan, so many plans to how to move forward with this girls cricket, but unfortunately due to COVID restrictions, so we couldn't get that the target, but still we managed to get 50% our goals. Secondly, we encourage the young girls to come forward, and so outreach program, we had so many outreach program. I went to some academies and bring some young girls into our system. So it's combination of, you can say, senior and under 19, junior players. Secondly, honestly, I'm telling you, sorry boys, these girls, honestly, is really easy to handle because they mean their business. Very good listeners. Whatever I give them plan or program, they actually do it straight away. No hurdles, no, my job is easy actually.
No troublemakers.
So yeah, it is very good experience to help with these girls. Yeah.
Nice. So we'll move to the captain, Chaya. How does it feel to be the captain of the women's team? And give us a bit of an idea of your role, other than being the leader of the women's team.
Sure. I mean, for any player, it's always, a bliss to be a captain, and that too of a national team. It makes a lot of difference. Well, for me, I'm an all-rounder. So I'm heading this UAE women's team from past couple of years, and it's awesome, when you're holding a responsibility and you have a burden on your shoulders to lead a team. Sometimes it pushes you forward to do something that you're not able to do, but then you are striving to do your best, and that's something I like about me doing this role. And apart from that, taking up the younger ones along with the senior players, just using their strength, it makes a lot of difference.
So when you say you're an all-rounder, are we talking Elise Perry? Something similar?
Yes, you can say that. Yes, I'm a medium pacer bowler. and then I can bat the top order as well. Yes.
So let's move to Kavisha. You are very young. We will not tell your age on air, but you were mentioning that you're extremely young. How's the experience been so far being part of the UAE women's cricket setup?
It's actually good. I have been in the in the UAE women's cricket team for a long time now. It's like past 7-8 years with them, and I've seen the team like grow up. As I grow up, the team also grows up and develops, and it's actually a good thing having the seniors and juniors and playing along, and it's actually fun, and we have a very good talented group, and you know, once we are started grooming, we can actually have a very good team and all.
Nice. So you've been part of the setup for a very long time. Chitrali, I'll come to you. As the manager, what has been your role for the past few years? What have you been doing to help the women's team grow? We heard Najib say that there was, you know, a recruitment drive, so to speak. What is your role in this? Can you just give us an idea what the manager does?
It's more of managing the team, coordinating with players, coordinating with a lot of ECB members in terms of domestic tournaments, hosting the leagues for women, which we play every year. Obviously, coordinating with the events that are played overseas. When we travel on a tour, obviously, it's a complete management business, you know. So, yes, it plays a very vital role when it comes to managing team. And it's amazing that from the past 9 to 10 years, the way the players have supported, the way the support staffs have been, and it's fabulous to work with this set of a team, you know.
Nice. So Najib, I'll ask you a question. There has been a lot of focus around reducing the age of the men's team, for example. There's some very senior players. Is that something similar that you're doing with the UAE women's cricket team as well? And in terms of training, how is it different to train the women's team compared to the men's? Is it a different structure around training, or do you sort of copy paste a lot of the stuff from there?
Actually, it's quite similar. It's not that different, but as you mentioned that senior and junior cricketers, in the beginning we had like 50-50 percentage. Now we have 70-30. We have 70% under 19 girls in our in our system. Sometimes actually we have planned. Sometimes we work on basics, very basics, to bring them in an actually right direction. I would like to add one thing here. Actually, those who girls came from academic cricket, they only focus on batting and bowling. There's no fielding, there's no game awareness. They are not actually trying to work in other areas. So I would like to take this opportunity to send this message to all academies that if kindly work on this other aspect of this cricket, so it would be great help for us actually. Because now we are trying to arrange so many games, match scenarios, because the girls are not aware how to perform under pressure, how to build the innings, how to bowl in a in a match situation, how to bowl in the opening, in the middle, in the depth. So yeah, similar kind of stuff, you know, we were working with the men's. And one thing I would like to add that this is very important point. Last 2 months, girls are working in the gym really hard. And the best part is when Robin sir is available, he is always in the gym. He helps the girls. Nice. Okay. And here, Chitrali is not only a manager. Actually, very soon you will see she will be our one of the top player. The way she putting effort in the gym actually more than the girls.
Oh, so the question to two of you will start with Chaya, and that's the point I was leading up to. There must be a lot of internal competition as well, and I'm sure you don't want somebody like Chitrali adding to that competition. How do you guys? What's your structure like when you're talking about training? Do you guys train twice a week, thrice a week? What is the training like? I'll start with Chaya. Give us a bit of an insight on how, and is there some internal competition? Is Chaya competing with somebody?
Okay, well, of course, having a competition internally, that too in a friendly way, you know, it really helps you to perform well. I am certainly in favor of such competitions because it not only enhances your outcome, but it also helps your productivity to increase multifold. You know, so having a competition in a team wherein we have a blend of youngsters as well as the senior players, it really makes a difference. I mean, if you talk about running like 100-meter sprints, and that to 10 sets with this youngsters like Kavi and all, of course, then I can beat them, right?
Yeah,
so
let's
we
see.
do
Let's
that.
see the
You know,
ground.
it's like before the start of every session, we say like, okay, I'm gonna take a lead in at least 5 of the sets, and then the rest 5 maybe you can. So it's like, you know, it pushes you forward to do something that you can't. You know, otherwise there's always a competition within yourself. You can't just beat anyone else, but you can beat yourself. You know, that's something I believe personally, and it's really working well for each one of us.
Actually, I would like to add here that this is very healthy competition. You know that.
Friendly
If-
banter.
Yeah, actually, if this competition not there, they cannot have fun.
Exactly.
So it's actually when they challenge each other, I really like it because our team environment is like somewhere else.
Well, a team environment is very important. As you mentioned, you guys started off with 12, 13, and now I think you've got 20 odd plus. So there is definitely that competition. It keeps everybody on their toes as well. You don't want to be complacent. As you mentioned, there are so many challenges. It's not just the way you bat or bowl. It's about the game awareness. A lot of these things you can actually learn from your teammates as well.
Exactly.
Well, I want to ask Kavisha a question. You're one of those excited, bubbly bunches. Does that get irritating when you're with the senior players? You can be very honest with your answer. Or do you have like a group where you're making fun of some of the seniors? You can be honest. We'll not tell them. But as a youngster, how's the experience for you being part of this? Well, I can easily call it a professional setup.
The best part is that even though I'm young by age, with the team, I'm actually a senior. So it's actually very hard to like balance both. The seniors are in one side, the juniors are there. But to be honest, there's always friendly banter going on. There's no secrets. We would all, if there's something, we'll just say it to the face and we'll joke it out or something. But yeah, there are groups and all, but like nothing too secret.
Yeah,
and
but as soon as you get into the field, you know, we
are
all are
all
one.
one.
But outside the field, yes, there are groups, you know, 3 people are sitting in that corner,
Yeah,
4 of them are there, they're talking something, we don't know, maybe about us or something.
No,
Right?
it's never about you guys. It's always about
Okay.
the topic in hand. Either it's
Yeah.
cricket or like just general in life or like education and all. Because now most of my like the teammates and all are going to uni or like in 10th and 11th. So they're like all like crazy and all. And I'm already in uni, so I know how this phase is. So I'm just like the mom of the team and like, it's okay. Just learn now. You'll be
She's
fine.
So I'm
Well,
like
you're
that.
the mom of the team. That's very interesting to hear.
Even though I'm a youngster, I'm like senior to them. So like, you know, there's that thing.
Yeah, I mean, being part of that setup for so long is also important, right?
Yeah.
You can give that knowledge to people who are coming in, and as Najib was mentioning, as you recruit more players, they want to feel comfortable as they walk into that environment. Well, that should be one of those key roles for you, making sure that the team is comfortable with each other.
Yes, exactly. I wanted to add a point here. You know, the team has been so supportive in all aspects of the game, you know, as well as on field, off field. They've been very supportive with each other. And obviously, considering that it's a country of expatriates, you know, coming from different backgrounds, different culture, different caste, religion, they always ensure that, you know, that barrier is not there. You know, so the comfort level that the players have in the team is fantastic. And as I mentioned, you know, being a country of expatriates, a lot of seniors who have been players here, there's always been a challenge, you know, juggling with work, with practice commitments, with match commitments. Similarly with the youngsters as well, you know, they manage to balance both their schools, universities, as well as cricket. So it's great to see that in spite of them having so many challenges, they are able to deliver the whatever the plan is set by the coaches, you know.
Well, on a very serious note, and this is more towards the two of you, you talked about culture, and culture is something that, you know, if you're an Asian expat here, you sort of understand there's a lot of pressure on not just the women, but also on the boys as well to do well. You know, we've always heard about, I want to be a doctor, an engineer, and all these things, these taboo cliches that get thrown around. How difficult has it been to convince, let's say, the parents of some of these girls who are highly talented to give them that opportunity to play cricket, you know, rather than do the standard stuff?
Well, you won't believe, we have players who have scored 98, 99% in their board examination.
You're looking at Chaya, is she one of them, or Kavisha is one of them? Well, she's the mom of the group, and she is also the nerd of the group. Interesting.
A cool nerd.
Kind of.
A cool nerd. Not a nerd.
And I sometimes really wonder, how do they even manage to do that? So I think sport is something which really helps you overall as a person, not only having a sporting career, but I think it really supports you all in terms of studying, in terms of, mentally strengthening yourself. So, whenever I even speak to parents, even they at times are shocked, and they have no answers to the questions. And they say, we really have no clue how they are able to balance both sport as well as studies. So that's something really we have always looked up to, and we really hats off to these girls, because they can so manage it well. And of course, parents play vital role in that as well, because as we have a lot of young girls, taking them to the grounds, bringing them to the practice sessions. So yes, they also play a very important role.
Yeah, well, I know for a fact that the grounds are quite far away from where majority of the people live. So the parents play a huge role in picking and dropping them. I have a very important question for you. Have you faced a Amir Khan and Dangal type of parent who's come in and said, you know what, if you did this and did that, my daughter could get you 5 wickets or score 100 runs?
Yes, we have.
I think plenty of them.
But
Very
the best part is they understand actually. I can give you example. Once we have a training 9 to 11. We finished 12:30 in the night.
Wow.
And you know what? Only fielding session.
Three and a half hour fielding session.
Only fielding, because I like every single training session we have 40 minutes, 45 minutes fielding session. But the drill we actually used to do with these girls in the match scenario, they don't want to stop. Right. So finally, what happened? Chats called me 12:30. That we finished. And Najib sir, what happened? Everything's okay. Parents are keep calling me because they're not finished the training. I just realized, because these girls, these are actually, I think I will be in trouble sometime.
I am the culprit over here. I will take the blame.
Because no sir, please, half an hour. No sir, 10 minutes. You can imagine how much
10 times.
passion they have of this game. I would like to mention one more thing here. Actually, this is very important. I think 2 months ago we had a D10 game, exhibition game for the
in Sharjah,
in Sharjah Stadium. Yeah, it was marvelous game actually. It was
I was there. I was watching it live. It was absolutely brilliant.
It was best game of the tournament.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was about to cry. I almost cry, but I hardly stopped myself because the game was tie. But what happened? This is called seeing is believing. Our secretary was there. Robin sir watching live. They were surprised that how good our girls are. Actually, I would like to mention here, they stayed away mentioned, Najib, we are going to give them a contracts.
Nice. That's brilliant.
We are going to give them a contracts. Give me the list of the players, those who deserve, like category A, B, C, and stipend for the students or whatever. And we are very thankful to Robin sir. They always support me. And they give us a physio. We have a other trainer. He's working really hard in the gym with the girls. We have a video analyst, Karthik, with us, who actually video them, and actually we share the video with this girl and give them feedback, actually how to improve when they see where the errors are. So yeah, we're a very good team working together with these girls to help them to groom their game.
Well, Chai and Kavisha, I had a couple of serious questions for you. Who are your favorite players in the UAE camp?
In the UAE, our
Yeah.
team. Okay.
That's
the difficult one.
In the men's team.
Men's
Men's team.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so
Who are your role models
Role models.
from the UAE team? Well, I think you guys practice, or you see each other practice as well.
A lot.
Yes, we do. And we follow each other, especially these matches, which are happening, 50 overs matches. I'm really following them, and I'm watching all the games live every day. So, you start, Kavi.
I'm thinking. It's hard.
Ahmad is my friend, we
Right.
often talk to each other. We've done a couple of things together, on set. We've played a game together. So it's like we gel with each other. So I look up to him. Sometimes when I need some kind of advice or anything, well, I can just go and talk to him. So I kind of feel...
the captains talk to each other.
Yeah, you can say that.
strategize. Kavisha, what about you?
Actually, I don't know. I follow each and every one. I take bits and pieces of them, how they play and how they do stuff. So I don't have a particular person in the UAE team, but if it's outside, I can tell you many. If it's international, like Sachin Tendulkar, Ellis Perry, Chamir Athapattu. And also, to be honest, I'm actually Sachin Tendulkar being my role model and being able to break his record is very good. Like I broke his record for being the youngest woman and person to score the half century in international.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so it's so since him being one of my role model, it's like a privilege that and honored that I was able to break that a record of his. And within the UAE team, I would say I would pick anyone. Like I would just take tips of everyone here and there.
Well, my favorite player has been Sarah Taylor. I was hoping one day Sarah Taylor and I could play in Ajman, but unfortunately that's not happened. And if my wife is listening to this, for sure I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. But Chitrali, just to finish off, what are the next 12 months looking like for the UAE women's team? Sorry.
Well, as Coach Najib mentioned, we've got a fantastic set of teams, especially Robin sir taking over as a director of cricket. So basically, he's a man of vision. Okay, he believes in results. He believes in hard work. So where there is hard work, obviously he's going to give his 200%. And after seeing the women set up here, he was very much delighted, and he has that vision of getting women's cricket at a much elite level. So of course, him being there, Coach Najib being there, we have got video analysis, as he mentioned, the SNC coach. So all in all, it's a great team, and we plan, we brief our players, we brief our support staffs, we execute. And moving forward, as I rightly mentioned, for the coming year, we only one aim we have, and that is playing at the ICC level for the World Cup. So our main target is playing in the World Cup, and understanding and knowing that the girls are so passionate and hardworking. I'm sure we can easily achieve that.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. I really wish you all the best. It'll be great to see the UAE women's team in the World Cup, and for sure we'll be vouching for you. I wish you all the best and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Well, with that, it's the crew signing off. It's been an absolutely amazing conversation with the setup of the UAE women's cricket team as we head back to the action for the second half of the game.